Yikes! And I thought I was a tactless old sod. What a note for this creaky old whodunit to end on.
Yes, that era of classic movies produced its share of problematic material. Such films are of a particular time and place, and I don't believe that they should be so casually deep-sixed just because of a few poorly conceived lines here and there. But to each their own, I say. Hey, to paraphrase the dude, yeah, well, you know, that's just like my opinion, man.
Darkness washed over the dude, darker than a black steer's tuchus on a moonless prairie night. There was no bottom. What? Hell's bells! Now you've got me quoting Big Lebowski scripture. At any rate, for my part, after that stale little genre offering, I'm left with the overwhelming sense of its excessively theatrical staginess. It's as if the production couldn't make up its mind whether it was a low-rent play or a low-rent film.
Well, of course, that owes a lot to the acting styles of the time. Keep in mind, the vast majority of actors during those years were recruited from the legitimate theater. When Hollywood made the changeover from silent cinema to talkies, it became imperative to find actors who could speak with a certain degree of clarity and authority. So yeah, that accounts for the exaggerated qualities in mannerisms, postures, and line deliveries of the actors involved.
Sounds like a lot of bloody weak rationalizations. Why try to put a better face on it? Granted, to some viewers, I may be coming off as just a little bit harsh. However, in the fabled words of legendary horror host Seymour, I call them as I see them. Regardless, we've survived the worst of things. And yes, by all accounts, there's something to be said for having a strong stomach.
Oh, that reminds me. You know, I felt a little bad about the whole frozen pizza snafu earlier in the show. So anyway, well, I took the initiative and ordered up a little something for you from a local eatery.
Oh, really? My goodness gracious. Knock me over with a raven's feather.
Call it a peace offering. All things being equal, Tim, despite our seemingly frequent clashes and disagreements, I just wanted you to know that I really do appreciate what you regularly bring to the show.
That's awfully sporting of you, old boy. After all, like any self-respecting army of darkness, we horror hosts typically travel on our stomachs. To say nothing of the sad fact that our craft services table here in the dingy old production space is typically lacking in variety and appeal. So yes, I most certainly thank you for your very kind gesture.
Think nothing of it. Hey, I was just sorry to have missed out on witnessing Tim's trying to choke down Stinky Joe's Fukushima-tinged serial killer victim's cuisine a few days ago. Just between us, I have the feeling that this could be the coup de grace of all food poisoning comeuppances.
Why is it green?
Oh, that's just their patented secret sauce.
And Why does it glow?
Oh, the delivery guy, he was delayed, so I warmed it up in the microwave.
I see. Looks a bit suspicious to me. I believe that I have Stinky Joe's toxic supper menu to thank for this. And if the putrid aroma is any indication, Joe's source of principal ingredients hasn't seen any significant improvement. Beyond that, this sleazy snack appears to be ever so slightly radioactive. So Stevie, perhaps I'll let these jittery molecules settle down a bit before I dig in. But I appreciate the thought, such as it is. Now, if I could perhaps have my wand back.
Don't push it, buddy. As Hannibal Lecter is so fond of saying, all good things to those who wait.
Right. As long as I'm not acting here as Jodie Foster to your Anthony Hopkins.
I've been in this situation with him, on and off, for untold years, and I know that they will never ever let me out while I'm alive. What I want is a view. I want to see a tree, or even water. I want to be in a horror host's rest home, far away from the insufferable Enchanter's continual nonsense.
Earth to Stevie. Ground control to Major Tom. And the papers want to know whose shirts you wear. Do you read NASA Central?
I'm offering you a psychological profile of Stinky Joe, based on the case evidence. I'll help you catch him, Clarice.
Well, my onerous onlookers, it appears that Stevie has gone bye-bye. Meanwhile, let's take this opportunity to show our Horror Host Tribute segment, while I seek to do a little damage control with my flounderingly delusional showrunner. Yes, in the case of the original Svengooli, audiences of that era could scarcely have hoped for a more original or more agile-witted host. Wouldn't you agree, Polly? Regardless, it does my typically cynical heart good to salute such a splendid old pro as that. And in other developments closer to home, I regret to inform you that my resident sidekick, Stevie, has flipped his lid, gone around the bend, and otherwise come down with an acute case of distemper. My, I might even have to have the poor fellow committed for psychiatric evaluation.
Oh, it's nothing so serious as that. Why must you insist upon being such a mendacious scoundrel? I've just been burning the candle at both ends a little too often lately. I just need to get a little rest. I just need a wee tiny respite from everything. After that, I'll be as right as rain.
That's very insightful of you, Stevie. Truth to tell, I believe that's precisely what you are in need of. A little cooling off period. And with grateful thanks to my spiderific friend, Iris, I believe that I can help you out with that. Suck it to him, baby. And you can start by giving him a taste of his own torrential downpour medicine.
Oh, brother. I guess that'll teach me to stay well stocked in Western Exterminator strength bug spray. All right, fine. You win this round, both of you. But I won't soon forget this. Now, I most certainly won't. Meanwhile, I reiterate what I said earlier in the show. Enchanter, you're a poor creature. A poor creature. And your little arachnid friend, too.
Oh, you're going to need more than one lesson. And you're going to get more than one lesson. So then, take all of that with you into your dreams tonight. And rest easy in the knowledge that your slumber will give way to a brand new day. And by all the laws of equity and fair play, what goes around comes around. Ready when you are, Sergeant Pembry. Hypersonic wedgie!